President Donald Trump claims the White House is very close to a $500 million deal with Harvard University. The money, he says, will go into building trade schools focused on AI and other industries. And in his words, Harvard's sins are forgiven. But is this real or political theater? Let's unpack what's happening. Speaking from the Oval Office on Tuesday, Trump told reporters, "We've reached a deal with Harvard. It just needs to be papered." He said Harvard would put up about $500 million to fund trade schools teaching AI, engines, and more. Education Secretary Linda McMahon backed him up during the exchange. But moments later, Trump walked it back, saying the deal wasn't finalized, just very close. And here's the kicker. Harvard hasn't confirmed anything. Harvard officials have been notably cautious. Corporation Chair Penny Pritzker said she had absolutely no idea how the talks would conclude. Provost John Manning declined to comment altogether. Harvard spokespeople didn't respond to requests for confirmation. So, while Trump says it's nearly done, Harvard's top leaders aren't giving any sign that a deal actually exists. This didn't come out of nowhere. Earlier this year, the Trump administration tried to block $2.7 billion in federal grants and contracts to Harvard. A judge struck that down. But the White House kept pressure on, launching new investigations and even moving to suspend Harvard from federal funding. Trump has repeatedly said a deal was just around the corner, first in June, then again in August. Now, 3 months later, he's claiming victory, but with no signatures on paper. The idea of a $500 million settlement mirrors an earlier deal with Brown University. Brown agreed to pay $50 million to support workforce development in Rhode Island. But Brown didn't run trade schools. Trump claims Harvard would. That's a huge difference, turning the nation's oldest university into an operator of government-funded trade schools. And Harvard insiders sound skeptical. Pritzker herself cast doubt on whether the university would ever agree to that $500 million figure. Interestingly, Trump made these Harvard remarks while signing an unrelated executive order on pediatric cancer research and artificial intelligence. He pivoted mid-speech to talk about Harvard, almost off-script. Critics say this may be part of a broader pressure campaign, keeping Harvard in the spotlight, framing the school as resistant to real-world training, and positioning Trump as the one forcing elite universities to invest in everyday Americans. So, what's next? If Harvard agrees, $500 million would flow into new trade schools, a massive shift for the university's role in education. If Harvard resists, the administration may continue threatening federal funding. Either way, expect this to play out publicly, with Harvard leaders staying silent while Trump makes bold announcements. So, is Harvard really about to pay $500 million and start running trade schools? Or is this another case of Trump negotiating in public? What do you think? Should elite universities be forced to invest in trade education? Or is this just political gamesmanship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead on stories where tech, education, and politics collide, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. This Harvard deal might reshape higher education, or it might never happen at all.